So Samsung has new OLED gaming monitors this year. And there's really three that we're going to talk about. There is the G6, which is a 28-inch display, flat 1440p OLED with a refresh rate of 360 hertz. And it's a 16 by 9 display, a traditional widescreen display, but it's OLED and it's 1440p and it's got crazy refresh. So, if you are an esports player who needs the crazy high refresh rate, doesn't need the crazy high resolution, and you still want the quality of OLED, there you go. If 28 is not big enough for you, they have a 32-inch model. It is the G8. It's also flat. This is not a curved display. This one is 4K, which frankly, at 32 inches, it really ought to be 4K. This one, not quite as fast. It has a refresh rate of 240 hertz. And again, it's a traditional widescreen, a 16 by 9 aspect ratio. They've also revved the massive Samsung G9. This is their 49-inch curved OLED display. And this one has been upgraded to a 240 hertz refresh rate also. And when we say ultra widescreen, so when we say widescreen, we're talking 16 wide by 9 high. This thing is 32 wide by 9 high. So same vertical height as a monitor that you might expect there, but literally twice as wide. 5120 pixels by 1440 pixels. These things are enormous, and it is a curved OLED at a 240 hertz refresh rate.
Yeah, and just to clarify, you were talking aspect ratio 32 by 9. That wasn't inches. It is
right.
Way wider than that because of that 49-inch ultimate diagonal. I have such monitor envy with this. It's unbelievable. I have a 38-inch wide that I think is amazing down at my main desktop. And I use that for work and for other business and for my personal stuff too. But wow. This is wow. Do we know how much these are going to cost yet?
Somewhere slightly less than $1 million. I don't know. They haven't announced pricing for these things yet, but they are going to, especially that G9 is going to continue to be ridiculously expensive. Now, one of the other things that I think is new with this year's model in these G series gaming monitors is that they also work as smart TVs. They have speakers built in. They have Samsung's smart TV interface built right in. That also includes their cloud gaming functionality, so you can play Xbox Cloud Gaming right on the monitor without anything else hooked up to it. They're also HDR 400 compatible. That's not the right word. That's the spec they have. That's not great. It's technically HDR, but it's only up to 400 nits of brightness, so that's not really actually all that bright compared to most HDR televisions that you see out there. And at least in terms of the G8 and the G9, they are also AMD FreeSync Premium and NVIDIA G-Sync with 2 HDMI 2.1 ports in them. So these will be great. Once they come out later this year, they're just gonna cost you for sure.
Anyway, it'll be interesting to find out more about these. I'm just drooling over that big, huge, curved monitor that has no business being on a non-gamer's desk, but I still want one.
Oh, the other thing that these have that I didn't mention, but if you listen to Richard's other shows, you might be interested in. These are Samsung monitors. They have a Samsung SmartThings hub built in also, which is kind of cool.
Which is nice since you can't buy a Samsung SmartThings hub anymore.
Not even
as a
ones
hub.
made by AOTech?
Oh, yeah, sure. From another vendor. It's not branded Samsung, but yeah. Right.
But it's still SmartThings. That's all that really matters.
Yeah.